Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season.
It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round one. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. You don't want to be. You have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season, mistake-free and with passion.
Eluding and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's McGee. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. So they bring out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Green. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
A handoff for Samuel.
And he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Holt.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Out of the gun, it's going to be Samuel with a run.
Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So here's Louisville set to take over on offense. And they come in as the 3 seed in this, very likely the last home game of the season for them, even if they win this ball game. But while they would have loved that top spot and the bye that goes with it, they're still in a pretty good position.
Well, they certainly are, and let's face it, every team knows if they want to get to the Super Bowl, they're going to have to earn it. And even if you get the number 1 seed, you know you have to win 2 games against teams. They're going to be riding high after big playoff wins coming at you.
And that one to the right side and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now 3rd down and very long.
Now back to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And take it right on the 30. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his man, complete. That's Holt. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
They'll give it to Samuel.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
This is 2nd and 8. Another carry for the wide receiver, Samuel.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some some of those big shots downfield.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Green brings it in. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And that is incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is good. And that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's McGee. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up 2nd down. 6-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down at 7. On play action, they'll throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Again, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 23.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring. Self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
The slot man in motion right. Here's 2nd and 8. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
Here's a give to Samuel.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Holt. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Back to throw again. This will be caught at about the 6.
And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here.
They'll look to throw again. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. They'll set up to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And this one is incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And this one is right through. And that will make this a 9-point lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So here's Louisville set to take over on offense. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Well, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
On first down, Green. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Green. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
He'll drop to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Third catch of the first half. This one is a first down. They'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. From 19 yards away, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they'd been down there. They'd been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. Point after, right down the middle. And that could be important, as that makes this a 16-point lead. So that drive, 4 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here's Louisville set to take over on offense.
They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Off play action. Clinton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
The offense on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 17. Flush to, and the pressure gets to him again. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He'll take it at the 42. Call that a 44-yard punt. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. And losing in this wild card round, you know, they've got something to build on, though, for next year. But I don't know if they want to hear that right now.
Maybe not at the moment.